Good morning, guys. My name is Christine, and I am the owner of You, Me, and the World You See. Today, we're going to go over the next 48 hours and what you can kind of expect and the energies that are coming in for you. I hope this reading brings you some guidance, some clarity, and helps you feel motivated and empowered as you make decisions moving forward along your path, and maybe just brings you that little bit of inspiration and spark that helps you remember who you are, why you do things, and what is important to you. So as we get ready to connect in, I just want you to take a deep breath in with me. Let it out. Imagine yourself in a white light of protection, knowing that anything that comes through here is of a place of love and goodness, and you are protected and safe here in this space, and everybody is welcome. So today, let's see what the overall energy is when it comes to what you're kind of experiencing. This always is a very good affirmation. So if you are finding yourself in a place where you need to have a little bit of motivation, or you're just trying to figure out how to move forward, this affirmation will be good to helping you do that. And let's just see what it is. Also, my schedule is now open. It is a limited schedule, so if you are interested in a personal reading, please check out my website at youmeandtheworldyouSee.com, and you can see the scheduling there. I'm also going to put the link below in my description box, so you're able to schedule that way also. And if you enjoyed this message today and would really want to help my channel grow, make sure to hit the like or follow button. Remember, that is absolutely free, and it does nothing but help other people that need messages find the message that's for them. So again, thank you. I appreciate your support, and I look forward to a connection and the connection we're about to share in this moment. So let's see. Okay, there we go. So we gain more when we don't expect. And what this is about understanding that when you give out of a place because it's something that you want to do. It's an energy that you want to put out, and not have an expectation of how it's going to be returned to you. Remember that the universe, God, whatever you believe in, it always brings something back, but it might not be in the way that you think it's going to come. So right now, if you feel like you're experiencing a lack of something in your life, it's because you are just being asked to focus somewhere else. But know that whatever you're putting out there is going to be returned to you, but it may not be in the way that you expect. So keep your mind and your heart open, and just be willing to be present for any opportunities that are coming your way right now. And even though it might not be exactly the vision that you see, it doesn't mean that it's not right for you. But be willing to put even if it's just a little pinky toe out there and experience it, and then you get to decide whether it's right for you. But allow it to come in, allow yourself to experience it, allow yourself to be present, but don't have an expectation of what it's supposed to look like. Because sometimes when we set that expectation about what something's supposed to look like, how a partner is supposed to show up, we really set ourselves up for some disappointment, and we really keep people from being their authentic self. And ultimately, what we want people to do in our lives is show up being just them, so that way you can show up being who you are and living in your full authenticity. So what I'm going to do now is we're going to go ahead and do a 7-card spread. Right, in the 7-card spread, we're going to talk about your past influences, your present influences, your future influences, what you can do to help the situation, and also outside influences, obstacles, and a possible future outcome in the next 48. So let's see what's going on with you. Remember, since this is a general reading, some things might resonate, some things might not. Take what resonates, leave the rest. If it's not your reading, it's okay. We're going to connect at another time. So I know I personally have experienced a lot of people experiencing some shifts in relationships ending, relationships changing. Remember, relationships go through an ebb and flow. They contract, they release, they come together, and because people are experiencing life and people are going through things, so if you're experiencing that right now, don't lose hope. You are not alone in the matter, and it's happening to a lot of people across the world, right? In the whole world. Sometimes you might feel like you're the only one going through something, but remember, like, there's a billion people in this world, and everyone ultimately has the same foundational wants, needs, and desires, but we all just experience it different through different experiences. Okay, what does the person watching this need to know? Okay, so you are going through a very karmic time right now, and this is about things starting to balance out. Remember that things will work for you. It's about you understanding what is going on and how you are going to respond to things. You might even be right now dealing with some legal action. You could be dealing with a Libra, but this is really understanding that you're in the past, like things, you were having trouble finding the balance. Maybe you were being too giving, maybe you weren't receiving, but this is about you really even finding balance within yourself and how you react not only in relationships but within the world. So this past influence is about understanding that you are just balancing the scales. So whatever you were experiencing right now, know that the higher good of it was to bring balance into your life. So if you were experiencing chaos, remember after chaos comes calm. So in clarity. So this is a time where things are really going to start to feel balanced out. You're going to feel balanced out, and you even could have been dealing someone with a legal issue or a court issue, or just finding out that things really were kind of being brought out, so that way you can feel more of the flow and really come back to center and understand that things always work out in your favor as long as you are willing to see the lesson in the object or in the situation in the object. All right, so the present influences is, I feel like you're really wondering if you're seeing things clearly. You are seeing things clearly. It's about really trusting your intuition. It's about protecting yourself, protecting others. I do feel like you could have a little bit of your guard up right now, but just know it's just because you are coming out of this time where you're really learning. You're learning what's right for you. You're learning what works for you. And it's okay to look at everything that you have accomplished and completed in your life. But what I want to make sure is that you don't walk away this one cup of love, right? This cup of love is the cup that you filled for yourself. Remember, sharing that with someone else is very important. Sharing it with the world, allowing your light to be shown. You just can't lock it away. You might feel like you want to do that because it's the safe route to do, but by doing that, you're really isolating yourself. So you're being really asked, like in this present influence, like, you know, you are seeing clearly. You are doing the things that are right for you, and you are taking the steps, protecting your home, protecting the things that you've built. And it's about understanding that that is the foundation that you always get to come back to. The future influence. I feel like you're really working towards your 10 of Cups. Sorry, I dropped the card down here. But you're coming out of a place of healing. So there's a lot of healing. The Five of Pentacles is about feeling a loss, right? Feeling a loss, seeking refuge. This is time you could have felt like you were being isolated. Could have felt like someone just ghosted you, left you out behind, and you really thought that this was what brought you happiness. But the real truth in the matter is, it wasn't a person, place, or thing that was bringing you happiness. It was you and the way you were showing up that was bringing you the happiness. It was your energy that you were putting out there, and the way you were allowing yourself to be present in something. You really did believe that something external was making you happy. But the truth of the matter is, once that external thing was gone, you kind of felt like there was a loss. And because of that, you were really brought to a place now where you feel like, okay, why am I feeling lonely? Why am I having to go inward? And it's because through the going inward is where you're going to find the solace, peace, and all the answers you're looking for. But this is a time of healing for you, and that healing is going to bring great happiness into your life. So allow it to happen. Remember, not all is lost, right? Not all is lost. The Five of Pentacles, you see it here, and the key is right in front of you. The key is right there. It's just a matter of allowing yourself to look up and see it's right there, and that you can go ahead and unlock that door at any moment and decide to walk through it. So just ask yourself, how long are you willing to sit with it? How long are you willing to sit with it? And sometimes sitting with it doesn't always mean that you just have to sit. You can still take a step forward. You can still unlock that door and take the first step and still feel it in the process. But just know that taking that step is actually taking that step and unlocking that door is going to be the thing that brings you forward and allows you to start to come out of that and go into the Six of Pentacles, which would then bring the balance, the equal give and take, right? because I do feel like a lot of things was very one-sided, and you really wanted someone to see, or to see something come into fruition, and it didn't go as you thought. And because it didn't go as you thought, there was a lot of disappointment that was brought in with this, because you really, really thought that that was your happiness, right? I feel like music too is very healing for you at this moment. So allow yourself to either sing, dance, listen to music, but don't get caught up in music that is too sad, because I do feel like if you let yourself get into that music that's too sad, you also, remember, it will bring you down with it. What can you do to help the situation in the next 48? What can you do to help the situation in the next 48? Oh, yeah, lots of cards coming out. So you got 22. 22. It's a master number, right? But this is also, I think this is a great sign. So if you're looking for a sign of synchronicity, you've been seeing the number 22, definitely look up the number 22 angel number and read into that. I think it's very important. So you're really looking here what you can do to help the situation is you can really start to plan, right? You see the world right there. Remember, the world is your oyster. Ultimately, you can do whatever you want to do. It's up to you to put your mind to it and take a step forward. But everything requires balance, and allow yourself to go with the flow. Allow yourself to be in the flow. But you see in here, it kind of looks like it's the sun, right? The sun. And then down here, there's her purse, so it keeps her grounded. So it's about allowing yourself to work with all energies, the universal energy that if you're praying, whatever you're doing, allow yourself to be open to receiving any of the messages, downloads that you're getting, and allow yourself to kind of go with the flow and let things happen as they will. Don't try to restrict yourself too much, because what's happening right now is a lot of, like I said earlier, a lot of balance is coming into your life, right? This is a time of great manifestation for you. So dream. Allow yourself to dream. Allow yourself to want. Remember, in that longing, in that desire, in that feeling, when you're in that feeling of what you want, is when when the universe brings it in. So, and then release the expectation of what it's supposed to look like. So I see a lot of planning going on in your life. I see a lot of idea. Maybe you're getting ready to travel. Maybe you're wanting to travel. If that is something that you are really thinking about, this is the time to put the plan in place so you can start moving forward. But remember, everything is good in moderation. So don't try to do it too expansive, too big, too fast. Allow yourself to go with the flow, and allow things to balance and work itself out. Some of the outside influences that you're dealing with right now. Outside influences, okay. The Ten of Pentacles. So the Ten of Pentacles is for me, it's the ultimate card of abundance, right? This is understanding that your outside influences, maybe you have family that's talking to you, or you really have a lot of responsibility. And you might feel like that responsibility is taking precedence in your life and is keeping you from feeling the total abundance that you want in your life. But remember that when it comes to responsibility, that is something we choose. So try not to complain about it too much, because other people would want those problems, right? Really take a look at your life holistically and allow yourself to find gratitude in the things that are present, in the people that are present, and really nurture the things nurture the small things, because the small things are really are the big things, right? But this is about your overall happiness. So I feel like definitely nurture your inner child. I see a lot of children in this card, so it tells me like, hey, allow yourself to really enjoy some of the simple pleasures, because those simple pleasures are actually what bring you the most happiness of all. I think also because that comes into the obstacle card, that you are, worried that the decisions you're making are going to affect other people. They do affect other people, but remember, ultimately, if mama's not happy or daddy's not happy, or you're, like in this case, you're not happy, or you're not, going after things that make you fulfilling, how are you really showing up for the people that you do care about and you are responsible for? Are you really showing up in your best energy, or are you holding yourself back and not allowing them to really connect with you in the way that you should be? So, really pay attention to that. And here in the final outcome, we got the Death card and transformation. You're going through this next 48, you're going through a lot of transformation. You could be, I don't see many cups. I see one cup, right? So there's some motion. I do see death and rebirth, which tells me that you're going through a transformation. You could even be dealing with a Scorpio. You could be dealing with a Scorpio. You could be dealing with a Libra. You could be dealing with an Aries. Oh, I just dropped all my cards. I do feel like, but mostly this is mainly just focusing on you and remembering that everything that you're going through right now is about bringing balance in, balancing the scales. Because here what you don't see at the bottom of the deck is you see that you kind of felt bound by some things that maybe you were over romanticizing your life. And because of that, there's a lot of emotion that was brought up. There's also could be someone that maybe promised you something that didn't really come through. And because of that, it brought a lot of emotion up, remember? And then you kind of maybe felt trapped. But you're really in a place where you are starting to see the joy. And this, like a person you could have been dealing with, really was coming in and out. And it was causing you to do some really like acting out of character and maybe even some self-sabotaging. So this would be about paying attention to what's in your mind. I want to do a little bit of clarification. Let's see if I could get more on this justice. Can I get clarification on the justice? Okay. So the clarification on the justice is you got the Eight of Pentacles. You got an Eight of Pentacles and Five of Cups. So something you were working towards, right? Something that you were working towards, you might have felt like wasn't working out, right? And so you might have felt like you were losing out, or like you lost something, or you it wasn't going to work out in your favor. But remember that no matter how much is gone or how much you feel like you lost through this process, that ultimately there is things that are left behind that are more fulfilling. So pay attention to the things that are still left behind, because we can sit there and look at all these things we've lost or the things that we think we're going to lose, but what you're being asked to do is really turn around and see the Two of Cups, right? The Two of Cups is still sitting there waiting. You can think that you had all these things, but there's still something that remains, and the thing that remains are the things that bring you the most happiness. So even if it was that a relationship ended, a divorce happened, a legal matter happened, or like you were in a karmic situation, remember that what remains is the things that make us strong, the things that make us connect, the things that make us feeling fulfilled. So allow yourself to really be in that and see that and be grateful for that, because the things that were lost or spilt away were the things that were kind of holding you back anyway. It's been a long journey. It's been work. You've been putting effort and time into this. So, don't think that it was all a loss. It wasn't all a loss. There were things to be grateful for in the situation. You're going to look back and see that there was something great that came out of it. You are just not there yet because you're in this time of finding balance. So don't try to rush to a finish line. Just allow yourself to be present, because you're learning a lot about people, a lot about a situation, a lot about yourself, and just how strong you really are. Let's go ahead and clarify this Death card in the final outcome. What is the transformation about? What is the transformation about? So the transformation is about the Queen of Cups. This is about nurturing yourself. This is about filling your own cup of love. This is about allowing you to show up in a place of love for everyone. You see here, like the Queen of Cups, she's on land, but she's also in the water, right? So this is about someone that not only knows how to allow her emotions to flow, but also can transmute them and allow them to become something more nurturing or even more creative. So this is about understanding, like, hey, this transformation you're going through is for your highest good, but it also is so that way you're able to show up in a softer spot for yourself. So have some compassion, give yourself some grace, and allow yourself to go through and feel whatever emotions are coming to the surface at the moment, because what you don't want to do is you don't want to hold on to them, but you are really learning how to show up for yourself, show up for others in a very nurturing way, and being very present in that sense. This is also about, a time of really rebuilding rebuilding and trusting your intuition, because I feel like maybe you have questioned, like, okay, am I making wrong decisions for myself? No, remember, there are no mistakes, there are only lessons. There are no mistakes, there are only lessons. So allow yourself to see everything you're going through as a lesson that is going to build you up and allow you to be that emotionally sovereign individual. And let's see, is there anything else about the Death card in the future? So you got judgment. So it's called to action. So it's about, you're being called. This is an awakening for you. This is about seeing yourself, seeing others, and the roles that you're playing in each other's lives, especially the role you're playing in your life and how much you have been maybe emotionally led, or you allow your emotions to lead you. This is also about allowing you to connect with your, spirit, source, God, whatever you, universe, whatever you identify with, because remember, there's no wrong answers. It's just what we believe. And it's about, you taking that call, allowing yourself to not only show up for yourself, but show up for others, and really doing what is right for your soul. Don't feel like you have to make any rash or quick judgment calls. You could be feeling like people are coming at you and wanting answers, or maybe you're wanting answers. Sometimes, you got to be okay with not knowing, because it's through that not knowing that we actually make the decisions that are right for us. But there is a new opportunity coming that you don't see coming, and it's coming from a place after you do some really good internal reflection. Allow yourself to drop burdens that are not yours. So really look at everything that's going on in your life and be like, okay, is this really mine, or am I trying to take on other people's problems? And it's really, that's going to allow you to come from a place of authority, and you're being asked to have a lot of patience right now, because like I said earlier, you are going through a lot of healing, and if you're not sleeping, you got to do something about working with your sleep hygiene, because through sleeping is where a lot of healing happens. Okay, now what I want to do is I want you to think of a question in your mind. And while you're thinking about this question, I'm going to pull a Gaia Oracle card, and we're going to see what that guidance is. So just take a really deep breath in. Blow it out through your mouth. Focus on this question. And let's see what answer comes through. Okay. So the card that came out was Sacred Heart, Passion, Love, and Spiritual Communion. Passion, Love, and Spiritual Communion. So let's read on this card. Passion, Love, and Spiritual Communion. My nose is itching. Whew. Okay. I am eventually going to get this out. I just didn't want to come out. It's like my eyes were moving too fast for the words in my mouth. Then when I feel this could be you. Like, you feel like your thoughts are moving faster than you can get them out. So with that said, journaling might be a good thing for you, so you can come back and really think about and reflect on the thoughts that are coming. But remember, thoughts come and go. Just allow them to be fleeting. The ones that you focus on and you take are the ones that are going to really impact your life. All right. So, Sacred Heart, Passion, Love, Spiritual Communion. You are entering a period of a profound and heartfelt love, a deeply emotional time where you focus on, question, and think about the things that matter to you the most. You will find yourself reevaluating your priorities and your core values, and this leads you along a path of self-discovery, bringing with it deepened spiritual connection to the earth, your surroundings, family, friends, and loved ones. Your passion and appreciation for life are heightened. At this time, your emotions are overflowing to the point of almost unbearable, and yet this is nothing to fear or be concerned about, for this is the most sacred and precious time through which your loving intentions are being both felt and seen by all around you. Your inner light and wisdom illuminates, heals, and inspires, and this is a good time for creative writing. You may feel inclined to draw, paint, or take up a creative pursuit of any kind. Thank the earth and stars for the many blessings you are going to receive. So when you see this card, great affirmations that come along with it is, I am in tune with my inner light and wisdom. I am guided and always by love. I energetically share my light and wisdom with others. I am one with the earth and stars, and I receive guidance. The guidance I receive is free from limitations of time and space. Remember, time and space is something that only exists if you believe in it, right? Because everybody's energetically connected. So just understand that, just like in the reading, like a time of balance, so that emotions that are coming to the surface, that transformation that's happening, remember, it's for your highest good, because ultimately you're getting to a place where you are going to really realize how much life has to offer, the importance of the little things, the things that it's not about material, it's not about the big house, it's about the people, the experiences you have, and the way that you allow yourself to move in the world. And I really find that you're coming to a place where you're really going to get to where you have an appreciation and love of life again. And then one more thing before we go. Remember, if you enjoyed this reading and you resonated with this reading, give me a like, give me a follow. It costs you nothing, but it does help these readings to get out to the people that do need to hear them. So, here's me putting my good energy out, and hopefully by that like or that subscribe, you're going to help someone else along their journey also. Just think of it as the ripple effect. And the last thing before I go is I want to pull an inner goddess card. Remember, it says goddess, but don't let it look at gender. This could be applied to anything or anyone, regardless of what your gender is. As we close out here, what do we do? Oh, and don't forget, I do have personal readings. My schedule is limited. If you want to schedule yourself for a personal reading, please make sure to check out the link in my description box below, or you can go to my website, youmeandtheworldwithc.com, and you can schedule there. And what last thing does the person need to hear before we get out of here? Remember, also during the reading, the number 22 is very significant. Make sure that you look up angel number 22, either today or whenever you just having a little bit of free time and you're like, man, that really resonated with me, number 22. And read the guidance. Read the guidance that comes through with that. Okay, come on. One more time. All right. So the card is priority of purpose. Life is everything. Life is everything. I think this is really great because I think it ties everything all together. It's about the appreciation of life, about realizing that the life you live is actually everything that really matters, right? How you show up in things. I really love these cards because I think these cards just not only are they so beautiful, but they really have an amazing message that comes along with them. I always love to read these cards out loud because the author really just gave some really healing and beautiful guidance when it comes to this. So it's about understanding you are a dreamer. You are a dreamer, but you're also meant to be a doer. It is the right time to cast off some of the demands in your life and attention that is keeping you from pursuing your true purpose. If you have many dreams, that's fine, and it is wise to focus on what you can do now. Allow your other dreams to percolate in the background. So this really ties back to where remember when I was having trouble getting those words out, and I had this, like, my brain was working faster than my mouth. It's about, going and putting your words on paper so that way you can come back and reflect on them later. For now, do what you can and do not be afraid to make sacrifices along the way. Those sacrifices will be repaid in more ways than you currently know. You will not lose anything by dropping off distractions and going forward. Making a choice can be hard. As if to say yes to one thing, you have to say no to 15 other things. Remember that saying no is just saying not right now, rather than never. So sometimes you have to just put yourself first and say no to things that are not right for you in the moment, but it doesn't mean that it can't happen. It means that it is later because you're being asked to focus on something else. And I think we talked about it earlier in the reading. There's a higher plan for your life that includes all your passions. You can do it all, but just not all at once. Your soul knows how to build an inspired, beautiful, divine life, as though we were building an extraordinary temple for your spirit. It knows the foundations you need to be prepared, and the walls built before the windows, doors, and skylights can be installed. The roof may be absolutely one of a kind and incredible, but if you try to lay your roof before you lay the walls, you're going to have problems. There's a certain order to how things need to happen, which the soul intuitively knows. That's why listening to the soul and trusting your inner guidance voice makes more sense when trying to accomplish anything straight away and ending up with much less than what you deserve for all your efforts. Every moment and patience and sacrifice that you make is now stored up by the universe as a sweet grace that you will receive back later, as everything falls into place perfectly. So tune in, trust your soul, and trust your soul to show you how to gain everything you ever dreamed of, one step at a time. So don't try to rush anything. Don't try to rush anything. Allow yourself to go through this. Allow yourself to feel your emotions. Allow yourself to, take those small steps forward so that, because right now you're really in a place of going through a great transformation. You're going through a glow up. You're going through a glow up, and just be present for it and find appreciation through, taking a step back, making decisions that are right for you, and allowing you to say no to things that no longer serve you, or people, places, or things that no longer serve you, environments. And don't feel like you have to be somewhere that you don't want to be. So I hope this reading that found you, it brought you some guidance, some clarity, leaves you feeling a little motivated and empowered as you move forward along your path. And just trust that everything is happening for a reason. You're really getting to a place where you're really going to start to enjoy and appreciate all that life has to offer. And something, life has its ebbs and flows, ups and downs. So don't rush the process. Just be present for the process, and you're going to see that everything is going to start to balance out. Remember, like and subscribe to my video or my channel below. And if you want a personal reading, you can check out it in my bio or through my website at yumiworlddeceived.com. Hope to talk to you again soon.